What's up, guys? It's KB. Make sure you subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. Click the bell icon down below so you don't miss a single video from us. And thanks for tuning in to another video from Underground Sports Philadelphia. Now let's get into it.
Philadelphia, baby, you're going to love it. Best sports fans in the world. Actually, the worst, but that's what makes them the best.
For my updated livery rankings.
Are you ranking them? I guess I can mentally rank them.
I've been ranking them as I go. It's actually really nice because it makes it a lot easier, like figuring it out.
I know we're recording. Do you want me to send you the graphic I have so far with all the helmets? Because we can talk about them too.
Oh yeah. Shoot that my way, please. Yes, please.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
I hit record as we're still doing housekeeping.
We're still doing some prep. While Casey sends me that, I'll bring us in. I'll ring us in. Get it? Ring us in like the new year. Sorry. Welcome to F1 Underground. This is episode number 46.
Nope.
I lied. This is episode 47.
Yes.
46 was last week. Go listen to that. If you're brand new and joining us for whatever reason, you're about 47 episodes late. Go listen to
Don't be mean.
Go listen to all of the 46 episodes. We are a brother-sister podcast duo that talks about everything F1. That's Casey. That is my older sister. My name is Owen. We
didn't mean to match today.
No, it did not mean to match today. We release every week wherever you listen to your podcast, so you can go subscribe there. We talk F1 news. We, cover car. Right now we're covering car launches. When races begin, we'll cover the races, do previews, do trivia. We do a whole bunch of stuff. We're still figuring out things as we go along and whatnot. We have guests on the show. We're hoping to start having some more guests on the show coming up. But like I said, please go subscribe wherever you listen to your podcasts. We're doing pretty well with the numbers, actually. I did just look today. We have 42 Spotify followers, which is fantastic. Because the last time I think we talked to Kyle, we had like 38 or something like that. That
was Thursday.
Yeah. So in less than a week, we've gotten nine followers. Not nine. Sorry, like 5-ish followers.
9. I know I'm bad at math.
So it's sorry. I had 49 in my head. I don't know what I was saying.
No, and I know we've said it before. We're coming up on it. We'll obviously celebrate it more. We're almost a year into the show, and this time last year we were talking to ourselves and our parents. So it's cool to know that people, not just in America, but literally all over the world, are listening to us.
We have a lot of Europe friends.
We love our Europe friends. We love our UK.
We do love our Europe friends.
Yeah.
We're trying to hopefully plan like live streams and everything, so our Europe friends can join and hang out and everything. But yeah, like we said, go subscribe wherever you listen to your podcasts. We're on a whole bunch of different platforms. But also please go follow us on our social medias. That is Instagram and Threads at Underground F1. You can also see it if you're watching on video, it's scrolling down below. And X/Twitter, which I guess we can just start saying X now, at Underground _ F1. I don't think Twitter's coming back. So X is Underground _ F1, and Threads and Instagram is at Underground F1. I would also just like to say a little Twitter update. Well, Twitter happenings over here. We are up to, hold on, I forget the number. I got to pull it up. You can tell I wasn't prepared for this and just thought it on the fly. We're up to 140 followers on Twitter. So
wow.
We're getting there. We're going.
Okay.
We're getting some people talking to us. It's good. But
okay.
Come hang out. Casey's still killing it on Threads. So
and
I don't think I'll ever catch up to that.
I mean, it was known today because I did put it out there, but you got to spend some time on Threads with our friends over there.
I did. I got to hang out with our Thread friends. That was really nice. I was really happy to do that. I was very happy because we'll talk about it a little bit later too, but I woke up this morning for the Ferrari reveal, and I was up at like 5. I was up at 5:45, and then I was probably on Threads saying like, "Hey, good morning," at like 5:55, right? Like a couple minutes before the launch, and I immediately had people answering me and saying like hello and good morning and everything. And I was like, this is
always.
Nice.
Always. Yeah. Someone on Threads a few days ago was like, is Threads always this nice? And people were like, yes, that's what makes it so great right now. It's always this nice. So
it's a very nice spot to be right now. So
it's wonderful.
Yeah, please stay that way.
Yes. We're also like almost 200 followers away from 1,000 on Instagram. Just point that out.
We are. We're very close on Instagram. Yeah.
So, got some work to do. We can do it. We can do it.
To do. We're getting there. We're having fun doing it. That's all that matters.
Yeah, that's all that matters. But yes, we will kick it off with our meme of the week as always. I do hate to break it to everyone. There is no pints and pit stop this episode. Owen and I both are drinking those. Not a full drunk podcast. That will come. Trust me, it's in the plans. But it's just the pint and wine today.
Yeah, it's just the pint today. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the drunk podcast has to be a live stream as well.
Oh, it has to be.
Yeah. That needs to be the live stream where, like, I don't care what time it is. Also, really, I mean, I do within reason, but basically, what I'm trying to say is, I don't care what the time is, so that way our Europe friends can join. So then we get more people in there, and we can get.
Yeah, but like at the same time, maybe we have to wait for like Miami to be the drunk one because that's reasonable for us to like drink. I'm not trying to get drunk at like 8 a.m. on a Sunday morning and then have to do the rest of my day.
I am. No, you just plan nothing for that day. That's the issue. The most you do is like laundry, and that's it.
Yeah, I have to go home to do laundry, so someone have to come pick me up.
It's fine. I would say I'll come pick you up, but that might not be the best idea.
No, you're also going to be drunk. But moving on, meme of the week. You want to go first? Or you want me? I do have two. Shocker.
I'll go first because you're going to hate mine, and I'm hoping that then when you go, it cheers you up a little bit.
No, I can see it at the bottom. I know what your picture is. Yes. I don't know what happened here.
So apparently, this is the very short story behind this is that apparently when Ferrari was testing the SF24, the way it ended up was it was getting loaded onto a truck by the end of their practice session. Mm-hmm. Right? Now that I'm also looking at this picture, I think it's
fake. No, because they each did fake. One lap.
Because look at the tire. Look at the back left tire. It's cut out.
It's definitely fake.
I just got gypped. Well, this is good. This is a meme in and of itself. But
clipping this one like around 7 minutes. Owen just memed himself.
I just memed the shit out of myself. Sorry, guys. Stop sharing my tab now because that's so it didn't
make me sad because it wasn't real.
Yeah, that was pretty brutal. Good work, Owen. I like to think that I'm better than that, but all right, sure.
All right, moving on. My first one I did make and post the other day after the Super Bowl, so it was during Usher's performance when he was hugging up on Alicia Keys. I immediately put Alicia Keys, I put over her F1 season, and then it's me hugging as Usher hugging the F1 season. So this one was good. It did get a lot of traction right away. Even though
this is good. You know what? Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I think I literally came home, was laying in bed, and I saw the screen grab, and I was like, oh, I have to do that. So it was like 11, and I posted it, and it did pretty well, pretty quick.
Yeah, I saw this morning when I had woken up, and I was like scrolling through our threads for a little bit. Mm-hmm. And I saw how much traction it got, and I was like, "This is good." And I was like, because it's genuinely funny too, because he was on her, man. Yeah. He was on her during that performance. And
I saw other like inspired ones. Like the one that I saw said me for him, but he was hugging her where it said baseball season because that's literally starting like this week. So that's what I saw, yes. And I was like, ooh, it's like F1 season. But yes. That was mine, the one I made. I did not make this next one. It's also regarding Ferrari and the car launch. It's so good. So someone photoshopped until when you see if you So not someone. This is Tom from Maddie and Tom over at P1. He posted on Twitter today. Airbox looked a bit plain on the Ferrari, so had to go at a redesign. It's literally so subtle, but on the Airbox he has Lightning McQueen's number 95, and it fits so well. I kind of wish it was there.
That's what I was just about to say too. That fits like disgustingly well. Like
yeah, it's like too perfect.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one
that's good.
Now it makes me want. I need Ferrari to do a Lightning McQueen themed livery for a race. Like I'm shocked
they haven't.
Like how they had the what's it called? How they had the sponsorship with the Buzz Lightyear movie because they both were in like the Italian and the Spanish version, and they had like the little decal on it. Yes. I need like another Cars movie to come out, and for them to be in it, and then I need a full Lightning McQueen style livery.
Yeah, I'm a little shocked. I'm just thinking like with Austin being such a prominent like race in F1, and then also NASCAR being such a large thing in the south of the United States, like yes, I know that cars and NASCAR like aren't the same thing, but like the link is there that you could do it. Like, and I'm honestly even shocked that there's not even more like NASCAR liveries when you get to Austin, like NASCAR inspired liveries.
Wait, did you see? I was sending you a link. You probably didn't watch it. There was a video, or you might have watched it because I posted it late yesterday on Threads. It was a clip. Shell Motorsport put out a video. They filmed it last year because they were wearing last year's like team kits. It was Carlos and Charles, and they were quote unquote playing poker, but with a NASCAR driver. And I'm blanking on its name, but they were just like talking about the differences. Yes, they were talking about the differences between the sports, and Charles' face when he says. And there's a NASCAR account that follows on Threads, and he was giving some great insight that ever since COVID, NASCAR has changed the format. That's like kind of ruined the sport, people say. So it never used to be this way. But the NASCAR driver literally says that they have practice, and then 10 minutes later they go into qualifying.
10 minutes after practice?
They go right into qualifying on Saturday, and then they race on a Sunday. He's like, so we don't even have time.
Shit.
Like. He's like, you better get to practice and know what you're doing because you literally have no time to go over any sort of work.
Yeah.
And stuff. And that's when Charles and Carlos are literally like, 10 minutes? Like, they have like 5 hours sometimes.
That literally defeats the point of practice. Practice is meant to, like, gather data after the session and then use it in the next session. Like,
yeah.
That's pretty stupid.
And then they also keep. And then
NASCAR has qualifying or anything.
I don't think I've ever watched a NASCAR race, but then they go on to say, and the NASCAR driver says that they race like 38 times a year, and they both Charles. You see Charles' face, and Charles was like 38 times, and he goes, "Yeah, well, we're not traveling across the globe like you guys, so we're just going through America." And then
and
then they were saying like. They were comparing lap times, and they said the only place that they race the same is COTA. Like NASCAR races at COTA, and so does F1 at COTA.
Right.
So they were comparing like lap times, and I think the NASCAR cars go like 2:12, and then Carlos said that F1 is like 1:34. So it's not awful, but it is a crazy difference.
That's not a... Yeah.
And then the NASCAR driver was saying how like they don't have the G-force like the F1 drivers do, so like they don't... I guess I don't lose as much weight as everyone always talks about F1 drivers losing. And then he's like, but your races are what, 2 hours? And they're like, yeah. And they were like, Carlos is like, how long are yours? And he's like 3.5. And Charles says, you go 3.5. 3.5 in like a half-mile oval, just turning left the entire time. And then they were comparing radios. Yeah. And they were comparing radios because I think they have like a spotter, I think they call them. And they literally don't stop talking to them. Charles could probably never be like F1 drivers could never be a NASCAR driver because they're yelling at their engineers to stop talking to them sometimes.
Yeah, they would never be able to focus.
They could never do it. It's a good video. They literally never actually play a lick of poker, but it is a good video to watch.
Of course I don't.
No, they're literally like playing with the chips, and the NASCAR drivers just like shuffling the cards over and over again. Like They're not, but it is very informative. It's a cool video to watch.
Right. I'll have to watch the whole thing then, because I remember I did see the clip of it this morning, and I was wondering what it was, and I understood the context of it. I was like, oh, okay, so he NASCAR driver and everything, but I'll have to watch the whole thing now. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was good. Now I wish they would do, because like Shell, after I watched, obviously Shell's involved with a lot of motorsports, but then when you watch, like I just watched the 100 Days of to Indy, that one. Yeah. You know, like the drivers that are with Shell, I wish they could bring all the drivers that are with Shell and do one of those like the round table, like Variety or Vanity Fair, like round table talks.
That'd be cool.
Hear
yeah.
all the, like, that'd be so cool. Shell, I'm going to clip
cool.
this. We have a great idea for you.
This is fantastic. Good idea for Shell.
Like, because I wonder, I wonder if MotoGP has Shell motorsport drivers. I'm sure they do. So, like, even be interesting to hear them.
Sure. Yeah.
But yeah, that was not on our list of things to talk about, but I wanted to mention it.
We got there.
Before we go, I'm going to go out of order. We can talk about the Horner update because there's really not that much, so it'll be easy.
Most like serious bit of news that we have.
Yeah. And I don't want to obviously again speculate, but last week there was on Christian Horner, there was the hearing that he had on, when was this? 4 days ago? What was 4 days ago? Friday? Thursday, Friday?
Yeah, it was Friday.
With the independent investigation, it lasted for 8 hours. Apparently, it's running on, like, the independent investigator that was brought in. It's running on his timeline. That the independent investigator doesn't care about F1's schedule, Red Bull's schedule. But unfortunately, I think Christian Horner was at the track today because their car was on track. And will be at the launch. But yeah, there's no decision yet, but the investigation is still going on. But yeah.
Yeah.
Just wanted to touch that first.
I understand why the investigator is saying, like, I don't care about any of this stuff. Like, he's doing his job. I mean, like I said, we don't want to discuss too much about it because then we can get into some pretty gray areas of saying things that aren't true and everything. But yeah, I mean, if the investigator is saying, like, hey, like, I don't give a shit about anybody else's schedule, like, I have to agree with that because it's like, because that to me says, like, I'm gonna take my time to do this job and make sure I do it right,
the best that he can. And that's what you would hope.
I respect. And I hope he does. It no matter, regardless of what the outcome is, you know.
But yes, that was really the most, I have to say, after last week's, I think we spent the majority of the episode going over weekly news.
Yeah.
I don't want to jinx it. The F1 world was kind of quiet.
It was pretty chill. It was pretty chill. There wasn't anything major. The only things were, like, I'm thinking of, like, I have my box widget on my home screen and that has news headlines, and I'm trying to think of stuff that I saw throughout the week, and I think it was pretty much just
car
reveals. And yeah,
there wasn't. It wasn't like the past few weeks. It finally was a calm week.
Yeah,
it was
some time to relax.
And take in the car launches. Like, thank you. Let me take in the car launch. But yes.
Had some pretty decent car launches, too, to finally be able to take in as well.
But yes. Before we get to the car launches, a few more pieces. I think this will be a shorter episode, but we'll make it work. Drive to Survive. We got a teaser trailer. Finally, it comes out literally in 10 days, and we got a teaser trailer.
Hey, better late than never.
It was a good teaser trailer. They love using that clip of Charles Leclerc when he won Monza in 2019. They love using that clip.
Yeah, I mean, you have to.
I know it's been
because he's the poster boy. They're not going to show him. They're not going to use a clip of him crashing out the second round of this past year.
Sometimes they
will in the episode, but
yeah. Wait, I should share my screen again. I thought this was going to be your what's it called? I have to find it. I thought this was going to be your. It was a screen grab from the clip of Gunther. I posted it and then I tagged Mark. I said, "Here, this is for you." He goes right into the folder. I gotta scroll back, but yeah, I mean, it looks good. It was a very quick teaser trailer. there's just so many storylines that happened last year that I forget. Like, we all remember the Alpine drama, but like I totally forgot Otmar got fired halfway through the season.
Yeah, it feels like so long ago, but the fact that it was just this past season
and
is honestly hilarious to me because it goes to show how much shit has happened. Like,
yeah. And it's Nick DeVries is the one talking in the teaser trailer.
Oh, is it him?
Yes.
I was wondering. When I watched it, I was like, "Who is this?" And I thought maybe it was just like a voice actor they just randomly hired. Like,
no, the first time I was like, "Is this like Lando or Oscar?" And then when I went back and watched it again, I was like, "Oh no, that's Nick DeVries," because they do show a clip of him, and then it goes right to Daniel Bennett.
There's a short clip of him. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure he's a big storyline. That's probably episode 1. Let's be honest. Yeah. That is probably episode 1. So then Daniel Ricciardo can be in the rest of the season.
You think so?
I don't know. They love Daniel Ricciardo.
I would definitely say front half of the season. But it happens so like midway through the season. Like, I don't think they can't just like boot him out. Like,
Well, yeah. I mean, people were talking about how the posters came out and they were sick. And then the trailer also, and how Max is not on either one. So people are wondering if Max didn't partake in Drive to Survive again this year. And that's what people are like, how are they going to make storylines for someone that won 19 out of, or won every race except for one? People are like, there was so much drama, they easily can.
That isn't a storyline. Like, yes, it's a storyline that Max and Red Bull have this record-breaking year and everything. But aside from this, is where it goes into it's not a storyline, or like, oh, I guess you could actually. Yeah, that would be a pain in the ass. That would be a pain in the ass if he didn't do it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame him. They've painted him like the villain all the time, so I don't blame him for not wanting to do it. But as someone that's so dominant in this sport, it'll be interesting to see if Red Bull's in it at all, because there were so many storylines with Red Bull. Like, Checo's downfall halfway through the season is going to be covered. You know it's going to be.
It's gotta be. It has to be.
And then, like, Daniel Ricciardo coming back, that have the clip of him sitting in the car, and it's not an old clip. Like, it's from the day he was there. And I'm still just, my mind is blown that the Drive to Survive crew just happened to be there the day he was doing the test.
It didn't happen to be anywhere.
No, like people always say that NFL is scripted. In this exact moment, I think F1 is scripted.
Listen, I don't think F1 is scripted.
No,
I think that decision was spread around a little earlier to some key executives, mainly being the liaison, whoever it is, between F1 and Netflix. Somebody got a call and was like, hey, like, this is most likely going to happen. You know, at like a minimum, like 90% going to happen. You should get your crew here. You know, like.
No, it's when Helmet called DeVries, if that's really how it went down, and been like, you're done. Drive to Survive, like, bugged his phone. And they're like, get to the track now. Get to the track now. move.
Like a military TAC team being deployed. No.
I will need a behind the scenes at that moment to see if they ran fast to get to the track.
Who knows?
Yeah, no, it should be. But yeah, I hope Williams is shown. I'm sure they will. We've said this before because of Logan. I'm sure they'll be shown.
Williams will be shown. Yeah.
They're not going to not show.
They'll cover Alex as well, just because he had, in relativity to Williams, such a good season, you know, in terms of getting them points and everything. But I thought the funniest thing was there was the clip of Crofty saying, and there's contact. Like, he's shouting like something about contact. Yeah. And right as they say contact, there's the clip of Lando hitting a golf ball. And I was like, that's funny.
Drive to Survive does have their sick transitions, like that one of Christian Horner going to shoot the gun and it goes into the fireworks. Drive to Survive.
Yeah, that's good.
Has some amazing transitions.
Some of their editing is pretty good, but they're pretty trickery. Like they're pretty tricky with it too.
Well, that's how they create drama that's like not actually true. Like I love how Lando each year with Quadrant, I think, will rewatch it and be like, that didn't happen. Like and call out the bluffs. But yeah. No, the best is when he says they're making contact, at the same time you hear like something about how this sport's awful or like it's like a struggle every day, and then it goes to them playing golf. People are like, yes, F1's a struggle. Immediately to the clip of 3 billionaires playing golf on a golf course.
Playing on like a pristine golf course. Like we struggle all the time. It's like, sure you do.
Yeah, you get to travel the world. I get it. They're professional athletes, but still, it's not. But yeah, I'm excited. Next, what's 10 days? Is that Friday? It is Friday. Next Friday.
It is Friday.
I'm going to binge it all in one night. I'm not going to do anything tonight. I'm just going to watch it all.
23rd. Yeah, I might. Do I have anything on that day?
Well, remember we talked about doing stuff with Discord, so we might have to pace ourselves.
Just kidding.
Well, we could probably watch the first episode with everyone in Discord.
We'll figure it out.
But
Either way, remember how many times last year you asked me if I'd watch the episodes, and I was like, no.
No, because I finished them literally in one day. Like I think it was like a day. I was like making shirts or whatever, so I just like kept chugging on through and watched the entire season in one day. I mean, they're not that many episodes, so
no. What is it? Is it 8 or 10 episodes?
I think it's 8.
Oh, shit.
Because we always say it should be 10, because then they could do one for each team. Maybe it is 10.
Oh, you know what? You're right. I'm gonna check right now. But you're right. I do remember saying that one time, being like, why don't they just do 10 episodes? Because then you could check
one for each team.
You could have one storyline for each team. Yeah.
You know what crash I'm not looking forward to seeing? Lando's Vegas crash, because that one was bad.
That one's going to be tough to watch too.
Also, was it Singapore when? What race was it when George crashed in the last lap?
It is 10 episodes each.
Okay.
They just choose not to cover each team. What race was that? Was that Singapore?
No, it wasn't, because it wasn't a nighttime race.
Was it Brazil? No, I always associate
it was such a good one because he was in
won.
It was in like a good. I'm gonna look it up. George Russell.
I don't know. I need a new show to watch on Netflix. So that thank God this is coming.
What race is this? Oh, maybe it was Singapore because yes, it was. It was Singapore.
Oh, okay.
The very, very end.
Because isn't it Carlos?
Lando
Lewis.
and George.
Oh, it's Carlos, Lando, and George. And then Lewis is right behind him, right?
Because the tweet I saw said, if they show Lando or George's crash in Singapore, that means they also have clips of no one celebrating with Hamilton at the podium, because that was the same race.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
And that's how they can start sprinkling the seeds of doubt with Hamilton and going to Ferrari.
I really wonder if there's no way it's going to happen, but I really wonder how many end of season tags there are going to be at the end. You know how I
could see Haas, but I can't see the Hamilton one being. I see it next year. Next season,
what I'm thinking,
Ferrari will be the #1 episode because it'll be about Hamilton moving to Ferrari.
Oh my God, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Especially if the season goes well. Oh no, so it'll be 2 seasons because it's technically be season 8. Season 8 because it's season 6. Season 8 will be
right because next year.
Season 7 will be
the Drive to Survive is going to become it's covering this upcoming season. So Lewis's last with Mercedes.
So
season 8 will be
They'll probably finish season 7 will talk about their moves, but then Carlos and him, but season 8 episode 1, especially if Ferrari season goes well for Lewis and Charles, that'll be episode 1, the entire theme.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, Drive to Survive. It's coming. It's coming.
It's coming.
Now, this next thing is kind of stupid, but it is fun to talk about. That Alpine had a successful weekend in some aspect.
Yeah.
I literally tweeted, I posted on Threads. I said, "Well, at least Alpine can win something."
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, if you've
Also-
been living under a rock, Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes are in the ownership group for Alpine now. So,
yes.
but yes, and then obviously the Chiefs won the Super Bowl. I mean, Pierre was up watching it, and wherever he was in the world, that game ended late. So more power to you, Pierre.
Yeah, go Pierre. Yeah, I have like a point to talk about this, but it's part of their car reveal, so I can talk about it later as well.
Okay.
But yeah,
we can wait. So there's Alpine throughout the whole week because he was wearing the hat, wearing New Heights, Travis Kelce.
he was wearing the hat. That's right.
Literally, the episode started, and I was that meme of Leonardo DiCaprio. I literally was like, Alpine.
There it is.
And then Alpine posted on Threads about that, and I posted that same meme, and I said, this was me every time I saw it, and they posted back. They were like, when it was onto the front, then it was to the back, then it was onto the front again, then it was on the back. Alpine is great on Threads. They get the gold medal for the best engagement on Threads.
That's good. Oh,
yeah.
I have a perfect segue if we're going where I think we're going.
Going into helmets.
Oh, damn it. No, I thought we were going on the cars. All right, let's go on the helmets.
Helmets first. Well, you can touch on the helmets. We don't know all of them, but did you get the picture?
I do. I have it up. I'm looking at it right now.
Okay. So we don't know all the helmets yet, but we know most of them. I think we're missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're missing 7.
Yes.
We have some good ones so far. There are some.
We do have some really good ones, honestly.
So Lance Stroll moved away from his signature design with the wings on the side.
Yes. Yeah.
And I kind of
Why?
like this new one. I don't know, but I kind of like this new one.
It's not.
It's
It
hard
is-
to
it is
picture
nice,
and
don't get me
change
wrong.
it, but it's nice. I mean, I love the Ferrari boys, but their designs are always very similar each year. I do appreciate that they do their country flags, like the colors,
Right.
on their helmets, but there's not much variation.
The Ferrari boys do look good.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Like, if you showed me a picture of Charles's helmet this year, I genuinely don't know if I would be able to pick it out as this year's helmet and would think that it was last year's
I'll
helmet.
have to find a graphic. Someone put his helmets, all of his like main helmets from his time in F1, and I think this year and last year's is the ones that look the most similar.
Right, like 1-to-1.
Mm-hmm.
Verstappen's helmet, you sent me that today. That was dropped today. Yeah, that's really nice. I really like that one. There's something about sometimes when there's too many colors, it doesn't work. His works because you have a whole boatload of colors here. You got red, blue, yellow, and white, all kind of wrapped around it. But the white being the primary color, I think does look really well.
Yes.
And then he
I like
said
that
in
he
his
has
video that
the championship years on the side of the helmet.
was cool with the stars. Yeah, that was really cool. He said at the top, what is it? It's not a demon at the top. It's a bull, right? Yeah.
No, it's a lion. It's always a lion.
It's a lion. It's a lion.
Always.
That's just his personal touch. Like he was just like, I wanted that there. I think it looks really well. I have to say though, my favorite helmet,
Wait, let me
Logan
guess.
Sargent.
Oh!
Logan Sargent. It is so good.
Yeah, it is good.
It's so
like it's America, but not cheesy.
yes. It literally is like, here is my sweet American helmet. Go USA, and it's like
no, the Williams boys.
So good.
They both have good helmets. I love Alex's because it's like the matte. It looks like it's like the matte, and I like the peach with the dark blue. I like that one a lot.
Thank God you said peach with dark blue, because I'm looking at it here in the decal you sent me, and I thought it was gold and black.
To everyone listening, if you didn't know, Owen's a little colorblind, so
yeah. Like I genuinely if you told me those are the same colors as Verstappen's World Championship helmet last year. I would think that's the same colors. That is caveat. That is looking at your graphic. So that the image is a little bit smaller and everything. I'm sure I wouldn't think that if they looked at the actual image of the helmet.
But that's not gold.
You think that's going to help me? You think staring at it through 2 camera feeds is going to help me?
I love Pierre Gasly's. I don't know why. I think it's the blues.
The colors are really nice. The blues are very nice. Yes.
But yeah, I really like his. I'm excited to see what Hamilton's is.
I'm excited to see that. Hopefully, I want him to do another Tron helmet this year, or like a Daft Punk helmet like he had last year.
Oh, that was
special helmet he
so
had.
sick.
That was beautiful. I gotta say, I don't think I like Lando's.
Oh, this is a good segue into the next topic. We can. It's different for Lando's.
It's different, and I think honestly, you know what I think it is? Everybody else on their helmets has like straight or like very aggressive lines on it. It's all kind of hard cut angles and everything. And to me, they look quick. Like they look like they belong on like a helmet for a racing, like a driver, you know. His is just a bunch of squiggles, and it's like, it doesn't, don't get me wrong. I love the colors. I think the black and the yellow like work as his colors and everything, and you can get some sweet designs with that. But the like just random, like, let me just throw a rubber band up in the air and see how it lands look for each circle is like, I don't think I like it. I don't.
Oh, hell's is gonna come after you.
Listen, don't get me wrong. Like I
understand. It's different from what he's done before because he also is one that sticks with kind of the same design and colors, just like a variation. This is totally different. But then when you see his sister Flo, and she's a show jumper, when you see her helmet, and the very top of it is that same, not the bright colors, it's that same design, and she has the LN logo on the back, or the L4 logo on the back. I like it. The fact that they match.
Yes. Now, as a pairing, I love it. But if you were shown, like, looking at Lando's helmet on my own, just right on its own right here, not my favorite. I would say the only one that is like a close second to being my least favorite, I would say, is Daniel Ricciardo's. But the more I look at it, the more I'm like, all right, I like it. Like,
you have to look at that full picture that he posted with that helmet. It could be an album cover. It's the hardest picture I've ever seen in my entire life.
Daniel's?
Yes, I think he posted on his Instagram.
I have Instagram open right now, so let me. Daniel Ricciardo. 8.9 million.
He did the third one.
Good work, Daniel.
It's so good.
Is it the one of him standing in the white?
Yeah, he's just with his arms crossed. It's literally, that's the picture I have, but
that could be an album cover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People said we're going to move into car launches, but people said it was inspired by Kendrick Lamar, and I think it does make sense.
Yeah, this is a tough picture. That makes me like the helmet a little bit more. Something about the flames on the helmet is just weird to me, but I like that it's not like hot rod red flames and they're white.
Well, his helmet when he came back last year was like the chrome and blue. It would match perfectly. But people are also making fun of the McLaren boys because their race suits aren't the best thing. With that, we talked about this last week with that diagonal, orange going across. And now they both have, Lando has the fluorescent yellow. And Oscar's is very bright too. So people literally are posting, what they'll look like. Like, it's like a highlighter when you put the other, another colored cap on top. Because that's what it's going to look like.
That's good.
Someone photoshopped a picture of them in their race suits with their helmets on top just to see what it looks like. Because it's going to look so strange.
It's going to look weird. Yeah, their race suits are not the best.
No, at least the Ferrari boys, match. Their helmets go with their suits. Yes.
Yeah, there's a flow to it.
Charles is just very red. But yeah. We want to touch on some helmets. Hopefully we find out the rest by the end of this week or before.
Yeah, I got to say,
preseason testing.
if I'm picking anybody out of this list to be the most excited for, I would definitely say Hamilton.
Yeah, because he always has something cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what he does.
That's a pretty easy pick.
Yeah. And like we said at the beginning of the episode, no pints and pit stops. I apologize.
Sorry.
Next week we'll be back with one. Yes, car launches. So obviously we've had a few since last week that we can recap, and then there's some coming up the end of the week. I do have something to say before we start talking about it. I think F1 teams are moving away from the live stream presentation we got for Stake and Alpine. And I'm a little sad because I like doing that because there's all this hype, and then you literally, like Ferrari, it was over in like 2 minutes. Like,
I'm not going to lie. When I woke up this morning and that's what we got, and it was this small, just like 2-minute thing, I sat there and I was like, don't tell me that was it.
Well,
like, I was a little disappointed.
The YouTube link made me seem like it was going to be a live broadcast. Right. And then when I got up today before I went to the gym, there was pictures of them arriving at the track because they were then going to be on track with their car. So I was like, oh, maybe they're actually going to do like not what they did last year, because last year they really hit it out of the park with their launch. I love those from last year, but
I'm trying. Yeah. I remember. It's like coming back.
Yeah, that's where that
launch
clip
was really
of
good last year.
That clip of Charles that says like Forza Ferrari and stuff that goes around all the time. But yeah, I think we're moving away from because if you think about it, I think Mercedes is going to be like that tomorrow, like a live presentation. I could be wrong, but so far we've literally had Alpine as that. Yeah. Oh, and Stake. Sorry, Stake.
Alpine and Stake were like live, like talk shows.
Mm-hmm. Like you got to see the people and everything. Yeah. Well, I guess you could technically say Williams. It wasn't live. Like that was previously recorded because the boys were also in New York at the same day. Like that was not.
That's fair. Yeah.
But yeah. We'll go down the list. We'll go in chronological order. So Alpine. Ugh. Do I have a bone to pick with Alpine? And so does everyone else. You cannot gaslight us by posting stupid pink camo on the car and then release the car and there be no pink. And then when they say
livery up again,
here's the pink. If you go to our Instagram, everything's on there to be easier. And then when they say, now here's the pink livery, and then when they show the pink livery, there is literally like a line of pink.
Yep.
You can't do that. Literally everywhere was saying, where's the pink? Like, I mean, I'll give it to Alpine. They really played into it of how they knew they gaslit people into thinking there was pink liveries. I was so excited for a full pink livery, man.
God almighty. I'm just sorry. I'm just looking at it now, and I genuinely, that reveal made me mad.
No, like, I literally was when they took when they showed it, I was like, their hypercar was cooler than the F1 car.
The hypercar looked great. I was like, wow, that looks good. You had the taillights in the back that were literally the Alpine A, and I was like, that's beautiful. I was literally like, gorgeous.
The hype meter was up here, was really high. And then they said, here's the F1 car. And it went super fast down.
What a
what a letdown.
I have a full rant loaded and ready to go for this. So I'm waiting for you to get all your thoughts.
Okay.
Out.
One more thing. Also, their race suits, they're literally not different. There's a stripe that's different. And the boys look like they hated it in the crowd. But go ahead. Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Go for your rant. 3, 2, 1, go.
What a fucking joke of a car reveal. I'm sorry. First of all, you're right. Let's pump this pink camo all over our social medias and
for
be
weeks.
1 week until we reveal the car when you're posting this picture and the gaslight the shit out of us. And then we get this carbon fiber disgustingness. And listen, I love cars. I understand the importance of carbon fiber and that it's super strong, super durable, but also super light. I get it. But when you litter your car with it, it just absolutely ruins it. And the fact that like I genuinely, like, I know people's reaction to it was like, where's the color? Where's the color? I genuinely looked at it, and when I was watching the live stream, and I was like, where the fuck is the blue? Like,
there's no color. There's not even there's not even blue.
And I knew the moment that tarp came off and you saw the black nose, it wasn't it. And I was like, you're fucking joking. Like, what a letdown of a car reveal. And honestly, then when they said, this is going off of what you said too, then when they go, oh, well, we know you're asking, where's the pink? I was like, oh, cool. They didn't gaslight the shit out of us. Like, sure. They're like, we have a special pink livery too. And it's like, oh, cool. This is the pink camo. This is going to be a entirely pink car, like whatever. And then they pull it off, and it's the same goddamn motherfucking car. What marketing idiot thought of that? What, like, come on.
I'm sorry. If we ever get a chance to work with Alpine, it's not happening now.
I don't care. Horrible. It's so bad. I needed to see the Alpine car reveal to figure out how I finally felt about the state car reveal. That
helped you.
That's what Alpine did for me. So bad.
So bad.
Two, Gasly's face. You said it, but I'm watching him look at that car, and I'm like, he genuinely hates that. Like, there was a point where you can see him looking at it and just like kind of like moving his eyes down the entire body of the car. He hates it. He despises it. It is so.
No, you have to go back and look at the picture of Ocon, because he looks even more like, what? Like,
it is comical that you were
so
like,
bad.
Here's all this pink camo. Look at us. Like, and guess what? They're going to get lit the fuck up when it comes time to have the pink camo livery, and they're going to pump it out as a special edition livery. And people are going to be like, this should have been your main livery. This is what you showed us weeks ago before your car got revealed. And
like, when you think about it, they posted the first picture when McLaren dropped their livery as a surprise. That was so long ago. They literally were teasing it for like a month.
Yeah.
And then liking everyone's comments. Like, I literally commented, hey, hi, Barbie, and like everything pink. They gaslit us. We got more catfished by them than we did the freaking Ferrari admin. No, I literally put some on threads. I said 2 things you can't trust: fake Ferrari admins and Alpine.
Yeah. Can you do a quick unplug, replug of your mic, by the way? You're getting that robot voice.
Can you hear me?
Oh, it's still the same. Oh, no.
Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yes, but it's still the same.
That's my computer then. Hold on.
I'll tell you if it gets bad again.
I changed the USB on my computer.
Very good.
Sorry about that, people. Sorry about that.
Small technical difficulty.
But yeah, Alpine.
Weak.
I don't trust you. Don't trust you.
Weak.
Another bone to pick. I love the livery with Visa Cash App Racing Bulls, but
yes.
Don't literally tell us it's happening in Vegas. Don't post pictures of the drivers walking in the Hugo Boss outfits. Don't tell us who's performing at the livery launch, and then don't live stream it.
Mm-hmm.
They literally teased it so much. I was like, I'm not waking up at 3 a.m. Like I did, and I was like, I'm not doing it. The people that got up early, like in the UK and stuff, were literally like, it was pointless. Like it was literally pointless. Like don't. Like if you're going to have like Kendrick Lamar performing at your car launch, if you're going to make it that big of a thing because it's your first ever car launch, don't like live stream it.
Yeah, I understand. Like you have to make that announcement somewhat. But you need to put that caveat on the end of it of being like, Kendrick Lamar will be performing, but only for the live audience, not the live stream. Only for like in-person audience.
And it's not like they've went back and uploaded it later on. Like that was the whole thing with like going back to Vegas and that opening, like that Hunger Games style opening ceremony. They kept saying live, and then it wasn't live. They posted it like 3 hours later on their social media. Like,
that's poor.
Fix your wording there, people.
Yeah.
But for the fact that they had, like, and the pictures I've seen of the launch look sick.
Yeah. I
like,
have
it
seen
looked like it was in, like, a wrestling ring.
Like good. Yeah.
It was sick. I mean, besides that, we got the race suits first, and I wasn't very thrilled about the race suits. If they could fit any more sponsors on the front, I'd be shocked. It's between... They have a lot.
They don't look that bad, the race suits, but yeah, it's... The ad placement is like, let's just load everything onto the chest so that way everything else can be clean and simple. And it's like, no, you probably should have just like spread them out a little bit.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I thought it said hug down the leg because in that picture, Yuki's hands hiding the O. But it says Hugo for the Hugo Boss. Like, that's even sick on the leg. Like, spread it out. Make it look better.
Yeah.
But besides that, they deliver with delivery. They really delivered. We went back to Toro Rosso. So good. I mean, it's a fully painted car. Like, that is a painted car.
They literally did the opposite of what Alpine did. And they had a fully painted car. And it's beautiful and it flows. And it's just, it
works.
The fact that it's, you have the, like, Toro Rosso, like, homage or, like, design cues and everything. It looks fantastic. The blue, I've said it before, I love blue, like a deep blue like that. So it's like, that looks so good. And it's just like,
but it's even,
lines
it's still
on it. Like,
it's still a different blue from what Williams has. Like, it's a totally different shade. So they don't even match, which is nice.
They don't match at all. And it's like, you get the understanding that it is a Red Bull car because you have the bull on the back in the same spot where you have it on the official Red Bull cars, which is like, I love that too, because then it's like, there's no mistaking, like a newcomer to F1 could watch a race and be like, okay, so clearly those two teams are related somehow, you know, and like you can make that judgment. But yeah, the blues with the whites and then the sweeping white that starts like right in front of the cockpit on the nose and then dives down underneath the side pod. My bad. Looks so good. Like they really hit it out of the park with the colors and everything. And I think I texted you this. I said they missed on the team name, but they hit on the livery.
No, they delivered on the livery. They literally have messed up everything leading up to the livery, and then that livery delivered. And I hated them at first, but I kind of like the football style numbers. Yeah,
so do I.
I really do like it. And then can we just... Sorry, good.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was going to say, and shout out to Josh Allen for skipping the NFL awards to be at something before, and then he went to the livery launch and literally picked Danny Ricciardo off of the stage. So, they missed on everything leading up to the livery and then delivered with delivery. Like,
it's
fully.
Josh Allen and Danny Ricciardo's friendship always perplexes me, but I love it.
It makes sense. It just kind of makes sense. But yeah.
Yeah.
Good job, Visa Cash App Racing Bulls. And then they were on the track today, too, because Red Bull was on the track today at Silverstone for like a shakedown, but so was the Visa Cash App Racing Bulls.
Right.
V-Carb. But yeah. V-Carb. Moving on to the next one, Aston Martin. Now, I will be honest. Was this one? Yes, this one was very early yesterday morning, so I woke up to this one.
I woke up to the news of it saying, like, look at the first look, like the unveiling and everything. Yeah.
I mean, it looks they pulled off Red Bull. It kind of looks exactly the same. The shade of green might be a little different.
Go ahead.
No, what were you gonna say?
I like the new shade of green. I agree. I think it looks very similar, but we all know I don't. As I've made very clearly known in this episode, I like more colorful cars, and I like when the color is very prominent. So having a car that is very kind of, even though it's like very just like monotone, like it's literally just like, let's throw green on it and then slap our ads over it. Like it works and it looks good. And I definitely think seeing it go around the track and everything, you're going to be able to see that green better, which is
they were on live on TikTok yesterday, like in the morning when Lance was on the track, and then Alonso was on track in the afternoon at Silverstone. And in the sunlight, it looks sick. Like it does. You can see the green.
Good.
But yeah, it's definitely their green kind of reminds me of like the modern Eagles jerseys. That makes sense. Maybe not as dark, but that's what it reminds me of. But yeah, no, I'm okay with their car. Would it be better if it was less carbon fiber? Yeah, sure. But I also missed last year. They had the live stream, and we got that brilliant meme of Lawrence Stroll walking up, looking like a total mobster. Do you remember the meme?
Oh,
the gif of him walking up, like buttoning his jacket. That's what we missed from the live.
That's
launches.
why you need these live, like in real life launches again.
This is what
instead
we need.
of just like here's our live stream to our 10-second video that you could have just watched on YouTube 2 minutes after the live stream aired. Like,
I do have to say though, between VCarb, Aston Martin, McLaren, I do like Williams. I do like how they've included everyone. Like Aston Martin posted pictures today of everyone in their team. So like we got to see the academy driver with her race suit. McLaren released Bianca's race suit and car. VCarb had one of their girls there because I think between Red Bull and them, they have 3. Like she was there, but like they've included them, which feels cool. But Aston Martin was
like that. Yeah,
Aston Martin was good. Now moving on. To the face. I'm wearing the wrong color, but I am wearing their name. So
you are wearing their name. That's right.
Ferrari.
Do you want to go first or me?
Like it. Go ahead.
Oh, just a like?
No, I love it. I really like it a lot.
Okay.
I like it a lot.
I was gonna say because I love it. I think kind of the same thing of what I just said. It's that Ferrari red just over the car, and there's the little small details of the Ferrari yellow as well, and it works. It looks so well. It's the colors you know them for, and it's like even like don't get me wrong. Last year there was that little piece of like black carbon that would come up on the side on like the side pods. I never hated that. I never hated their livery last year. I thought it looked pretty good, but this is just so much better in my opinion, and they look. Like I don't know, something about them they're Ferraris now. Like it's just like that thing where it's like you look at it and you're like, that's a Ferrari. You're gonna know immediately, even when it's blazing past you at 200 miles an hour. Like you're like, that's a Ferrari right there. It's just there's no doubt about it. I love that the side pods are also different on the side. I'm really hoping that will help them this year.
I wanted to say that I feel like after seeing the cars that we have seen, everyone has changed their side pod design. When I did the side-by-side of this year's car to last year's car for Ferrari, the side pods are huge different. And the nose, the front nose.
It is... I don't even know like what to say about it. I mean, like it looks really, really good compared to... It looks so much better than last year's. I will say this. I was hoping for a little bit more white on it, like kind of
a little more yellow,
or a little bit more yellow, right? But that being said, the red, like you said, looks fantastic.
Always,
you are gonna know the moment it blasts past you in the grandstands. You're like, that's a Ferrari. Like, but there is a little bit more white in there. You have like their numbers are the white against the red, which I think looks better than the white against the black. Like
it's the white against the red, but with a yellow outline.
Yes. Yeah. It looks really good. And I mean, I would love this is my dream. This would be fantastic if they do like they did with the Vegas livery last year, where they just swapped out the black components of the car for white. I would love this year if they just did, hey, here's a white car and all the white components on the red car are just red now. Like That would look fantastic. That would I would beg them to then be the main livery. Just be like, make that the one livery. Like that would look fantastic. But this looks so good. I love it. And I was so happy when I saw it pop up this morning.
No, I did. I really, really like it. I could also do with maybe a little more yellow or white, especially because when they dropped that video, the way Carlos was like, there's mentioned yellow like a few times, it made me think, oh, there's probably a healthy amount of yellow. But I do. I like the little racing stripes on the side. I would say there's less carbon fiber or black than last year. Last year there was a lot.
It was a lot.
Yeah. But no, I really do like it. I also love the race suits. Hate the fireproofs. Love the race suits.
The race suits look really good.
Like the names on the back, like, thank you. That's so good. Now sell a t-shirt in that style and I will buy it. But they didn't.
Yeah.
They have it in the team kits. But no, the race suits are good.
Are fantastic. The fireproofs, yes, are kind of ugly. I don't hate them, but it is like it's very disorienting when all of a sudden it's just that like white back that almost looks like they're wearing like half a penny, and it's like, oh, like you're
people
like, oh,
we
right,
wanted
like,
either fully black fireproofs or fully white fireproofs, and what did they give us? Half and half. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I have to send you the clip of the video when it was on, I think, their app when they launched the suits. And like Charles is going up and like looking at everything. When he sees the fireproofs, he goes, "Oh, this is nice." I'm like, "Oh, you hate those too."
You hate it. Yeah.
Literally, you read right through the tone of his voice. He's like, "Oh, these are nice."
Yeah, he hates them. He hates them. Then.
No, I'm happy with their car. Their car's sick. I mean, it's like celebrating the Le Mans one, so it makes sense. I do like it. I don't know if I saw. No, I can't think of what he's driving in, but Charles' brother, the other series that he's driving in, they released their car, and it also kind of matches. So I think they're like,
oh, good,
like kind of like McLaren, but like working in maybe the Le Mans victory throughout all of their.
They're going more synonymous through all of their liveries and everything. Yeah, that's it. I like that. I like that move.
I would say they each did one lap today, I think, in the car on the track at the Ferrari factory. The fans, Tifosi, are insane. They were lined. There might have been over 1,000 people there lining the track at the fence, like waiting to get in. They were in the trees. They like had their big like Ferrari flag outside of the factory before. The Tifosis are insane. They might fight Philadelphia sports fans on their love. I'm being dead serious. We're not a hot take show, but that was a hot take.
You know what? We'll save that conversation for the drunk episode.
The drunk. Okay.
You'll take the stance of the Ferrari fans.
Okay.
I'll take the stance of the Philly sports fans.
Okay.
And we'll go from there.
And I can probably take you down. Can I call in some maybe like Italian men also to help me out? Because I lose the fandom battle every day to Charles Leclerc fanboys. Okay.
Sure thing.
Let me just find out. Let me just find one.
Yeah. Find some Italian men just to call up and just, hey, come on our
podcast.
Yeah.
And I show up and the screen pops up and it's actually Charles Leclerc. I would win right there. Right then and there.
You would win. I would have to just surrender. Just be like, all right, I'm done.
Done.
That's it.
No, but they were talking, they did press after, and Charles Leclerc was on with Sky Sports, but in Italy, and they like asked him how it felt, or if like, I don't know exactly the like direct translation, but basically like, is it a winning car? And literally, I think he did like it, but he literally says, Carlo, we did one lap each. Like, stop being crazy. And like, he was like, get your expectations together. But I was like, even the Sky Italy journalists are delusional as us. So
he can answer the question of like, did you like it or did you not like it? But the fact that they're like, is it a winning car?
I don't know exactly what they said, but it was something along the lines of like,
right,
give us what you want. I mean, we'll know at preseason testing. He gets out of that car looking pissed. I'm packing it up. I'm not talking on this podcast for a year because
you're gonna do that to me. No. Just do a year solid of solo podcasting for Owen. And the best part is you'll be even on the episodes. You'll just sit there in silence.
Yeah, I don't feel like this. Yes. But yeah.
Do you want to know my rankings so far?
Sure.
For liveries?
Sure.
I've been trying, like we were talking about this before we started, but I've been trying to rank these as the cars kind of come out. It honestly has made it much easier to rank them all instead of like going back and thinking about the launch and thinking about how the car looked at and then Googling pictures and everything. It's just right in the moment. I'm like, that's where it falls. So right now we have 7 liveries revealed. We have 3 more to go.
No, we technically have 2 more to go. We know what McLaren's looks like.
Yes. We technically have 2 more to go. We just don't know what the physical car looks like. That's all. So at the bottom, I don't think this is going to come as a shock. Alpine. It's just fucking awful.
It's awful.
Number 6, we got the Ben 10 team. Steak.
Oh.
Yeah, I struggled with that. But like I said, I needed the Alpine livery to really make up my mind on how I felt about the steak one, and how it is like I think they could have done a little bit better with the design of it, but the color scheme I don't hate. So I think the design of the car could be a little bit better, but other than that, I don't hate it. I think it's good. I think it's fine. Like whatever. Above that, Haas at number 5. Number 4, V-Carb. Just because, like we said, we talked about tonight, the fact that it's very colorful and everything, the colors flow very, very well. And I don't think these top 3 are going to come to shock just because of how I described that like cars today. But number 3, Aston Martin. Single monotone color. Love the color green. It looks good. That's pretty much it. Number 2, Williams. And then number 1, Ferrari.
Okay, but add in McLaren. Where's McLaren going?
McLaren right now, I would say
only.
Number 2.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Something. Okay. Listen, in the manner of cars and everything, something about Ferrari red I love.
Classic.
It looks so good. You're right. It's a classic. And it looks powerful. And it's something about it. I'm just like, you just can't beat that. Like,
no,
it looks really, really good. So I would say right now for McLaren 2, that obviously does not take into account Mercedes livery
or Red Bull
or Red Bull's livery. So there's some wiggle room in there.
Yeah.
Now there were the leaked pictures of the RB20 today.
And
it looks pretty much the same in terms of design, at least. So that might fall a little lower on the list. We'll have to see, but we'll know by next week what my final countdown is. Or
okay, I can do this quickly.
Sorting orders.
Starting 8th, Alpine. 7th, Haas. 6th, Aston Martin. It's not my fave.
Okay.
5th, Steak. 4th, McLaren. 3rd, Williams. 2nd, V-Carb. 1st, Ferrari.
2nd V-Carb. Okay.
Yeah, I really like theirs. I'm a fan of theirs.
It is. Yeah, it is. It is very nice.
But yes, that was the recap. Like we said, we technically have 2 more to go. Technically 3. I think it was confirmed today that there is no live stream tomorrow for McLaren, even though they posted something out about February 14th. I think we've been stood up for Valentine's Day. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
I think the car's going to be on track maybe for the first time, and they post some videos. So I think that's what's going to happen. So we'll get to see the physical, like the real car on track.
Right.
But yeah, so that one's tomorrow. And Mercedes is also tomorrow. Very early for us. It's very early in the UK as well, but it's 5:15 in the morning for us, their launch. And we've seen pictures they dropped too, and it's of the nose with the numbers, and it looks black with white numbers. So I would not be shocked if it's a full. I will give it a pass if it's a fully black car.
I'll give it a pass too. Absolutely, because that's what they did last year, and it looked good. It looked really good.
I wish they would bring back some of the silver, but I don't think they will.
Right.
And then we have Red Bull on the 15th. I'm not sure about times yet, but yes, like we said, it was on track today and leaked. It looks very similar. Apparently, I think it might have been a rumor that the car on track, it's going to have upgrades for Bahrain and like the first race. So they're already doing upgrades. But yeah, that one, it looks exactly the same. The blue might look a little deeper, if I'm being honest, from that picture, but it was hard to tell. I mean, their team kits did leak, and I wish they were following the team kits because it has not like V-car blue, maybe a little darker, like stripes on the side of the team. And like, I think they like get smaller in size as they go down. So I kind of wish they would look like that. Maybe a little bit of the detail, but I doubt it. So but yeah, that's what we have. And then the grid will be set. And then there's literally a week before testing.
We'll be doing testing and race previews before we know it.
Ew. But yes, that's
the
preview. I don't think anything else. Anything else you want to add?
I got nothing else. You want me to close this out, or do you want to do it?
I can do it because you did at the beginning. But yes, I can close this out. We, as always, thank you for joining us for episode 47 of F1 Underground. As we said, this one ended up being a little bit longer than I thought, but wasn't a lot that happened this week. F1 World finally took a chill pill. We'll see what next week has in store, but we will be able to recap the remaining cars, probably give a final ranking of which ones we like the best, and then also get ready for the launch of Drive to Survive, because that'll be next week as well. If we get a bigger trailer, who knows? But yeah, so thank you as always. Be sure to give us a follow on all socials, and then we will be back next week.
Come join the party.
See ya.
See you later.